Yes, people. Welcome to Laser LFC. Liverpool have just drawn to Leeds United 1-1. More drop points in their pursuit of the top four. Tonight, we got a special panel of guests. Theo Woods, It's Finners, Weird and Wonderball, Darren, Das TV, Stephen Somerville, and new to the channel, LFC Red Forever Fuzzy. We're also going to be discussing the fallout of this new European Super League. Stay tuned. Yes, guys. Welcome back again. It's yours truly, Laser LFC. Liverpool have dropped points to Leeds United. I think it was to be expected. The way Liverpool dropped off in the second half, they were just inviting pressure among their cells, and the goal was always going to come. Leeds had the lion's share of the possession, had 61% to Liverpool's 38%. That about 5 shots on target was always coming. They had chances from Patrick Bamford that hit the crossbar. So it's no surprise Leeds managed to pull one back. We're going to start with somebody on the panel, new to the panel today, Fuzzy. What's your thoughts of the game?
Mate. First half was outstanding. We played pretty well. We just couldn't score that second goal. Obviously, we scored the first one for Mane. I expected Mane to score today, by the way. I even judged it before the game. And it kept on going. We just couldn't be clinical enough to get a second goal. As the game went on, you can see in the second half, it was going pear-shaped, especially with the possession. I think they were 1 point. We was 29% possession or something like that, and they were just dominating the game. If we don't score a second goal, this is to be expected. This season, this is what we're gonna get. I mean, these freak results, and it's gonna keep happening until we find a way to come back like we was last season. I was expecting a 1-1, guys. At the end.
Yeah. So regarding all this talk about the European Super League, how do you see it now for Liverpool? Let's dismiss the European Super League right now at this moment of time. How do you see it right now as it stands now for Liverpool's battle of the top four? Because for me, that was a big opportunity wasted. It was squandered. Those 2 points are going to be huge. We was in the top four for what was it, half an hour or something like that. West Ham are back in there now on 55 points. I'm just checking the table now. So West Ham are on 55 points, Chelsea on 54, and we're in 6th place with 53. And I think we're going to leave ourselves a mountain to climb. Me and Phillips have discussed this recently. I think we've left ourselves too much work to do. You can see it in the players' body language, the way they perform. In the second half, we were seeing why are we going defensive? We were dropping deeper and deeper and deeper, and we were just inviting pressure amongst ourselves. You knew the goal was going to come. I said it on my stream. I said it's going to come. It wasn't a surprise. I wasn't even angry. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know where we go from here. Yes, there's all the talk about the European Super League. Maybe it's got into the players, but you could just see it's almost, for me, like the players just want this season to end. It's just a mess of a season. Yeah. What's your thoughts on it, Finners? You said you're going to shoot off shortly, so we're going to move to you. What's your thoughts on the game, bro?
Yeah, so today's game, bit of a disappointment. However, leading up to the game, as you alluded to, mate, we've definitely spoken about this. I definitely thought before going into this game, our top 4 chances had already been scuppered. I mean, having to rely on other teams dropping points. Obviously, we got a very generous fixture list. However, that being said, we've never really been great this season against the lower league teams. We've had better chances against the higher league teams, in fact. And I just think today, I look back at the reverse fixture just to start off with, and there were so many mistakes in that game. I mean, the Van Dijk mistake. I mean, we were gifted 2 penalties. Yeah. I mean, I think it wasn't really a proper reflection of how this game was going to be played out. Yeah. And looking at the lineup, I agree with Fozzie. I think Mane being picked over Salah, it was due that he was going to perform today. And I thought, you know what? I was really thinking to myself before the game. I was like, do you actually think that this whole Mane Salah debate, whether they don't get on, or I know it's been squashed and the discussion's not really entertained, but today just goes to show that when limelight's on Mane, he performs. And when the limelight's put on Salah is generally whenever he's played in the team. Yeah. When they're playing together, it's often Mane that sacrifices himself and his game for Salah.
Yeah. What did you think when Salah come on? 'Cause for me, it was like he was trying to force it a lot, man. He was getting out muscled off the ball a lot. Way
100%.
too much for my liking. Not
Yeah,
just
I
Salah, but
agree.
the last season or two. He's missing something, man.
The
What
thing
did you
is,
think of that?
Salah is a hit and miss performer. Like, we can't deny the fact that he's been one of our best this season, but we know that he's not as clinical as what we hope for in our strikers. Like, we've had this debate now for the last 5, 6, 7 weeks about how we're desperate for a clinical striker.
Yeah.
And when he does come on, we can't pile on too much pressure. The pressure comes from the fan base. I don't think it's particular coming from the dressing rooms and the management. I think, if anything, we're putting the pressure, the strain on them as a fan base by saying, listen, you're not clinical enough. You're going to have to up your game. And then it just puts even more pressure on when we're supposedly in a top 4 race. I personally don't think so, but there's many opinions that people do think so. And if that's the case and we're putting too much pressure on our strike force, it's not going to provide it's not going to come to fruition as we planned. Look, just to quickly end it so everyone gets a quick turn. I feel like our performances this season have been too inconsistent in order for us to actually claim that we're going to have a decent push for the top 4. I feel like even the running of fixtures that we've got coming up through the end of the season, Newcastle at home is not going to be an easy game. They're fighting to stay up. Our home form isn't fantastic. We just got to take every single fixture with a pinch of salt and almost kind of sell ourselves short. Really do, unfortunately, have to sell ourselves short. But yeah, that's my piece, guys.
Yeah. Before we move on to the next person, right? Is there anybody that needs to shoot off earlier, do their own streams or anything like that?
Do you know what it is, bro? I just got work early morning, innit?
Okay.
So if I could just literally shoot my piece and then do my
no problem.
Let me apologize for being late. First of all, innit? I just literally finished my stream, so let me apologize for being late.
Okay,
guys.
yeah, big up. Welcome to the channel, guys. Torch, What Happened Football, does some great content. So what we're speaking about at the moment now, we're going to touch on with the European Super League malarkey. We're talking about basically Liverpool dropping points to Leeds. What's your thought on the game? What did you think? Did you have high hopes of Liverpool getting the full 3 points? Anything for the game? Do you see Liverpool making the top 4, especially with all the talk surrounding this European Super League? How do you see it now? Moving forward.
We was never gonna win that game, and I'll tell you why I was never gonna win that game. We're never gonna win any football match until we stop using our fullbacks as number 10s. They are not number 10s, bro. They're fucking defenders, yeah. This shit pisses me off. Anytime, yeah, anyone on the ball in our midfield or our front three look to get someone to create a chance, where do they go? It's out wide to our fucking defenders. This shit gets me mad, bro. Like, I'm sorry if you don't swear on your channel, but I am fuming because I've seen this time and time again. We brought Thiago, yeah, to create from deep. What does he do, bro? The best thing I've seen this guy do is a reverse side pass to Hugh Robertson or Trent. It's the same shit every fucking time, bro. We got fullbacks here to
Torch, 1 second. Torch, I don't want to stop.
Sorry, man. I'm mad, bro. I'm mad.
We got a younger on the channel, so if we just try and keep it a little bit PG, if you don't mind, I would appreciate that. I know your anger and frustrations at the moment. So just, if you don't mind, just a little bit leveling it, please. I appreciate that still. Your mic seems to have cut out. Torch is cut off. Very angry. Anyway,
that's what I'm saying. I'm all stepping on my mic and shit, bro, man.
I know. As I was saying, I don't know if you heard it. Just kind of tone it down a little bit because we got a young guest on the channel, Theo Woods. We're gonna move on to Daz next. I think you have to shoot off shortly, don't you, Daz? We're just gonna get Leeds now. We don't want to keep this long, guys, about the Leeds. So I want everybody on the channel today to discuss this European Super League stuff. I really want to get, talking about that. So just quick thoughts on the game for me, Daz, please.
Usually disappointing, lads. Big up to us all, lads, and good to see us all tonight. It was just hugely disappointing. 1-0 up, had chances to make it 2, which would have been crucial, and then obviously, we again, it shows more of an incentive as to why we need a number 9. We're not clinical enough, and like Finners is right there in a way, because we'd so many chances this season to capitalise, where teams around us are dropping points every weekend. That teams are dropping points by either losing a surprising result or drawing, and we're not just capitalising. We're not making it count. How many times have we had chances to get into the top 4 and it hasn't happened? That this tonight would have been one. And I think once we get into the top 4 with then 18 points, 6 games to play for, it becomes a little bit more okay. There's 6 finals here. It's 1 game a week. We know the depth of the squad. We're bringing more options back into midfield. With players coming back from injury, it starts looking a little bit sweeter. But tonight is 2 huge points dropped. And the only way top 4 is going to happen now is win every game or Chelsea and Leicester absolutely collapsed, which I
Win
don't see
every
happening.
game. I can't see that happening.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen. And
I
we're
don't want to
relying
be
on
a
two
defeated.
things.
I think it's over. It's
Yeah,
been over
I
a
think
long
so.
time. We're kidding ourselves here. We're kidding ourselves, man. If we're going to be truthful
I
to
think
ourselves,
so.
going
Yeah,
back
no,
to years
it
in
is.
history,
It is. You're looking
every
for the miraculous now
every time
thing to happen.
Liverpool have chased top four with, let's say, the 8 remaining games, whether it be 10, we've never got in there. You know, I could give examples. 2004, and the last day of the season, we're trying to get in there. We lost out to Chelsea. 2001, we fluffed it against Bradford City.
Yeah, that's
Do you know
right.
what I mean?
I remember that. Yeah,
You know,
we've dropped 14.
There's too much pressure for us. And you can see that in the players' body language, in their demeanour, how to perform.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like they just want it over and done with, whether it's they know something behind the scenes, you know, whether there's murmurings in the dressing room, fallouts, discontention and stuff like that. They're not fighting.
We've dropped from winning positions this season, Laser. We've dropped 2 points more this season than the last 2 seasons. So we've dropped 14 points in win positions. The last 2 seasons, consistently, we've only dropped 11, which is not bad for 2 seasons. So it just shows that it's been awful this season. And tonight, to go 1 up, relatively okay in the first half. Alisson Kepper's in it though for a lot of the game. I thought he was probably our best performer and defence at times, but it's just shocking. And I mean, there's probably more important things and bigger things to talk about than tonight's game, because if we'd have won tonight, would it have really mattered? I don't know, with the way things are happening. I mean, today was a pivotal day. It was probably the worst day, not only in Liverpool's history, but in football I can recall ever in supporting them. I mean, we talk about the traditions of football, the history and the grassroots, and if this is what's happening and it's been planned for some time, this hasn't just happened overnight or yesterday. I mean, it's shocked, stunned,
you both spoke
and
about
dejected.
it, you know,
we talked about it,
I've been
so
hearing this for the past the tune of 2 decades, you know, like I've got information I'm going to speak out afterwards. I just want everyone to get a little piece first. We're going to move on to Weird and Wonderful, and then we're going to go back round. Phil's going to get his points, Stephen, and if you could say something as well, Touch, just before you have to shoot off. So Weird and Wonderful, just give your piece quick, what you think of everything, what's going on, the game, the Super League. Really appreciate you for coming as well.
Thank you. First of all, big up everyone. But you know what, I was chatting to you before later, innit? I would find it hard to get up for the game. Like, obviously, I'm pissed off that we dropped the 2 points, but in the grand scheme of things, like, what is there really to get excited for at the moment? And like to touch on the result, for me, it's not even like a personnel thing or we're missing X, Y, Z. It's the mentality. I looked when I saw that goal go in, like heads were just dropping left, right, and centre.
At least you look
back last year. If that goal goes in, you'll see Van Dijk trying to G man up. You'll see Henderson trying to G man up. It's the mentality that's not. It's the mentality that's not really there anymore, and that's seeping through to the fans as well. Like, this is last year we dropped 2 points, and I'm fuming. Like my whole like couple of next days are ruined. But tonight I'm just like, we dropped 2 points. Like we could still get top 4, but
I have no hope for it, Ishmael. I don't have. You know, my main concern right now is this European Super League. Where does it lie for the future of football and everything else? We're going to touch upon it in a bit. We're going to quickly move on to Stephen, and then we're going to go on to Theo afterwards. What's your thoughts, Stephen? Thanks for joining us, by the way, tonight as well. Stephen, you with us? Mike?
Yeah, I'm with you. Can we know?
Oh, Welford's here as well. Big up Welford.
Tonight, anyway, I thought tonight was it wasn't really anything to get.
Stephen, sorry to interrupt you. If you could just lower your volume.
There's just so much going on in the sport right now.
Turn up your volume. Sorry, Stephen, you're a bit quiet, you know, bro. Stephen, froze. Okay, we're going to move on to someone else. Theo, quick thoughts on that. We're just going to quickly move around. We're not going to keep it long. I know you got your stuff to do. Other people have got their things to do. It's a late night now. Let's give us some quick thoughts. I know we're going to touch upon it on your channel afterwards.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. Like, it just didn't even feel like it. It sounds weird, but it just didn't even feel like a football game. I didn't even feel like I was watching Liverpool because I just, even when we scored, I barely celebrated. Like, just with everything going on at the minute, it just didn't feel like the game was even in the prime mindset that was going through my head. You know, I wasn't even thinking fully about it. I was, you know, checking the new seat up to the Super League thing because, you know, if this goes ahead, and I know we're going to speak on that later, but if this goes ahead like this, you know, it could be dreadful for the club, it could be dreadful for football, as we all know. But like, mate, in the game itself, like the last second half, we just like you said, we just invited them on us and then paid the price. Obviously, Alisson was probably our best player, made some brilliant saves, but then, definitely the mindset, mentality was all wrong. But yeah, the main thing for me tonight is that bloody shitty little money grabbing thing, trying to get us in that stupid league.
So how do you see it, Theo? Do you see Liverpool still making it, if we're going to be still in the Premier League, Champions League, etc., if we're going to be, if the Super League doesn't happen, do you still see Liverpool making the top 4, or do you see it like it's done with now? Because mathematically, we're still in there.
Yeah, it was mathematically, yeah, but like football's not done by mathematics, it's done by mentality.
Yeah.
And we just haven't got it in us, I don't think, at the minute. Like, we don't listen. I think tonight was just a prime example of that. As soon as teams start piling the pressure on us, we don't seem to have anything in us to fight back.
Yeah.
To come back. So I just can't see that. I mean, especially if we have a game against United coming up.
Yeah, we do.
I just think, especially Old Trafford, like fans or no fans, they'll put pressure on us and we'll buckle. Like I said it like half time when we won the up. I said this is going to finish. This will finish 1-1, and then I said it just before the goals. I could even when we win, I could see it finish.
Yeah, because we can't keep the bed sheets clean. When's our last clean sheet? When was it now? Against Wolves.
Arsenal, I think.
No.
Arsenal, but it's Arsenal, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? It was a dangerous game tonight, inviting that pressure onto us for me. We just didn't have the players and the mentality to cope with it. And welcome to the channel tonight, Welford. Appreciate you for joining us. What's your thoughts? Just a brief little cap on the Leeds game, and then after that, we're going to move on to the Super League discussion. Just what's your thoughts, and do you still believe Liverpool can make the top 4?
No, Darren knows. On the Cop TV, I said months ago it was out when we got beat by Everton. It was the last straw for me, and even though it's like 2 points in it, there's no way. We've got like Burnley and Newcastle, Palace, the games that we're struggling. But tonight, I echo what Theo said. There's the fact that all I'm thinking about is this bloody Super League, and the fact that I might not be able to go to an away game for another 2-3 years until I finish school. It's ridiculous, honest to God. But I feel like first off, we were okay. We were decent. We had the odd chance, which obviously we put away. Good ball by Jota and good play by Trent. But second half, it was the definition. That was just sloppy. It was just a bit slow. Yeah. It looked a bit tired, and it just wasn't good enough. And Leeds, every couple of minutes, you just felt like, hang on, they're putting pressure on. They had corner after corner, set piece after set piece, and Alisson kept on making saves, and you thought it's gonna come here. Then header, 86th minute, and it just rubbing salt in the wounds. But as Dave said, when we scored, I wasn't even that bothered, to be fair, because all my brain is on is the Super League, and are we not? It's just
I couldn't get myself up for the game. When you consider it, like 24 hours ago, let's say probably more than that. Let's say Saturday, we're already thinking, yes, it's a big game in pursuit of the top 4. But once everybody heard the news, everyone was just deflated. Do you know what I mean? Like, just woke up thinking, I didn't get much sleep myself. I thought, is there even going to be a game going on? We was hearing all sorts of rumours that it's going to be void straight away. The Champions League, the Premier League. Nobody knows anything, concrete evidence. What is exactly going to happen? There's things all over the place, whether that be Twitter, Sky Sports News, the BBC, etc. It's just a madness right now. Stephen, you're back. Stephen, can you hear us? I'm not sure if you're having connection issues, bro. Keep dropping out. But yeah, guys, man, I think everyone said a piece on
Can you hear me now?
The Super League. Yeah. I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah, do you want to just say a quick piece on No, he's having problems. All right, when he comes back, guys, we'll see how he can get on.
The only thing is, Laser, is that everyone you talk to is against this. Every pundit, every ex-player.
Barring me. I'm so for it.
From yesterday. Go on.
I'm so for it, bro. No, because obviously,
I want to hear this.
No. Honest to God, because obviously, I've been hearing about this for 2 years, innit? I watch a lot of ESPN, innit? And they've been murmuring about this for 2 years, and I've always thought, bro, this is lit. Because man for deep, yeah. What do we always argue about, football fans? Which player is better than which player, yeah? Man have the 20 best teams in one league, bro. None of that debate's dead, yeah. Also, what you need to remember is clubs like Barcelona, Arsenal, and especially Tottenham, they have big boy debts right now. Tottenham because of their stadium, and then Barcelona because of just their presidential, all their madnesses that they go through, innit? Them man there need that 3.5 billion to just reset their whole thing. That's a messy new contract. That's a Guerrero signing to keep them happy. That's a little Haaland transfer if they feel like it. Do you get what I'm saying? Liverpool with 3.5 billion, bro. We couldn't even sign a fucking centre back with any money in January. Do you get it? We need that money, bro. All these clubs, we don't need 3.5 billion, but any kind of change right now is good. And the fact we don't have to repay it and it's going to boost our clubs, I'm all for it. 5 teams get promoted, 5 teams get relegated each season. It's not like we're all in it together and Everton can't get up and Leicester can't get up. They can come up as well, you know. So it's not a thing like that.
Okay, so you're saying like teams could get promoted, relegation, etc.
So if you go on 360's, Instagram page, they're a credible page. They got over 1,000k subscribers. Yeah, they've got the full article up. Right. I've been reading all their articles since yesterday.
Because I'm on the Super League website right now. That's why I put my glasses on right now. The writing's very tiny, so I'm trying to see what is happening here.
No, like I got the format in front of me. If you don't want to know
fair enough. Though I value your opinion. You know, your opinion's appreciated. I appreciate that. Most of the people that's been speaking about this, whether that be online, you know, in the community, the Liverpool community, WhatsApp, whether it's on Instagram, everyone's against it. You know, and for me, I just feel we're going to leave behind the teams, you know, the smaller teams. It's going to damage the English pyramid. You know, there was a lot of talk back in 1992, you know, when the formation of the Premier League started, there was talk about, what's going to happen to the future of football? You know, they broke away from the old First Division. You know, all the TV money came to use Sky TV. So you had your Sky Sports, all that sort of stuff, yeah. And it benefited teams like Manchester United and the previous Big Five. You know, you had the Everton, Liverpool. There was no Man City then. I don't think Chelsea was part of that Big Five, Arsenal and Tottenham, right, back then. And then teams like Luton Town, Oxford United, Ipswich Town, Sheffield Wednesday, so they all got left behind in the dust. And nowhere to be seen now. They haven't even come back in the top flight. Do you know what I mean? So I think most people's concerned, yes, things evolve. Go on, Finners, chime in.
Now, Theo, you just go and then I'll say what I've got to say and then I've got to disappear, guys.
Yeah.
All right, then. Fair play.
I was just going to say that, obviously, like, you can say it's going to be good financially for clubs and it might give...
Yeah, but FSG are not going to put the money into the club. So it's
3.5 billion, you ain't got a choice. 3.5 billion, you haven't got a choice, man. You have to. 3.5 billion, you have to.
They've proven already they'll find a way, though, isn't it? They'll find a way.
Fuzzy, you've been lurking in the background. Fuzzy, what's your thoughts on it? After Theo says his piece. Sorry, Theo, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Theo. Finish what you were saying. I do apologise.
With the fans and that, like, they're saying these are going to be played like midweek and that. And like they can't be expecting like fans who will have like work and things to attend to the next day to be able to travel to do these away games and that. It's just like not going to happen, and it's taken away one of the most important things, if not the most important thing about football, which is the fans being there supporting the team. And I think that's why everyone has such a big problem with it, to be honest. And that's one of the main issues I have a problem with it.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people are worried as well if they're going to be able to still participate in their domestic leagues. I'm reading on the site now, they're saying midweek fixtures with all participating clubs can continue to compete in their respective national leagues, preserving the tradition.
Yeah. It's the Premier League that are saying. It's the Premier League that are saying if they do it, then they'll exclude them. Yeah. I don't think they'll do that. I think the Premier League.
No.
They ain't got a choice. Everyone's shown their hand. Everyone's shown their hand a bit too early at the moment.
Stephen, chime in what you can after Mia finishes. No, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you because I know you've been waiting a long time and you keep dropping in and out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Good.
Can you hear me now?
Good.
Yeah. I thought the result for me is irrelevant tonight. Even though yes, we had a good start in the first half, but then again, it's this consistency that's let us down. You know, for the whole majority of the season, we don't deserve top 4 this season. That's all I have to say. We just don't deserve it because of our form. And look, this European Super League for me has been sickening to listen to over the past 24 hours. You know, how can I get behind it? You're taking away football history in a way. You're taking away what the grassroots were in League Ones, League Twos, League Threes. How on earth are they going to benefit from this? You know, what I mean, I find it absolutely disgraceful, and it's hurting me in a way that they're sort of, how can I back my club at this moment in time? You know, because we stand for you never walk alone. We stand for this means more. This is not it right now. This is not us right now, and this scares me. We have to act as hard as ever together to backtrack this decision, because these American owners should just come over to this island and just think they can just control everything. No, The government is taking part in this. Boris Johnson has come out about this. Let's voice our opinions more. Let's keep going. We're not going to let these American owners just take over us. We mean more than just Americans. We need to take over. We need to have our voices heard. Get the hashtag.
Can I quickly add to Stephen's point quickly?
Yeah, of course, man.
No, what I was gonna say is, bro, I fully get everyone's concern about the football pyramid, yeah. But if you look at it, yeah, what the European League are literally saying is, look, bro, we understand that the way that the fixtures are set now, the way that the league is, we do not want to interrupt that. That's been there since the beginning of time in terms of football. We don't want to change that. What we want to do is just basically revamp the Champions League without saying revamp the Champions League and make it better. For me personally, supporting Liverpool, I don't see a problem with that because I get your concerns with Luton Town, but if you deep it, well, there's no problem. They can still get promoted to the Premier League. There's literally no change apart from we're getting more money. They can still get that money if they get up into the Premier League and get promoted. It says here, 20 participating teams, 50 foundation clubs, and a further mechanism for 5 teams to qualify every year.
Yeah.
So it can work for me. It can work.
In the price season.
Well, look.
It's not all bad. It's not all
bad. A lot of people's outrage. Go on, say your points. Fuzzy, say your piece after, please.
Let Stephen talk as well. Okay?
Yeah.
All it says, look, it hasn't been a good 24 hours to hear this news because it was unexpected in a way. I think the way that this people are sort of being scared about this, there's no relegation coming into this yet, and I think that sort of, yes, I think I'll get over it over the next few days because it's taking a heavy toll of 24 hours. But look, it'll leave a heavy doubt on what this club means, over the past lot of histories. But for me, I just don't know. I think we're all confused and we're all just we're just struggling to find out why this happened in the first place. But I totally get your opinion on this. I totally get your opinion.
Can I ask you a question, Stephen?
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
Sorry, guys. Can I ask you a question? You guys are talking about the Super League. I understand where Torch is coming from because he's talking about basically level playing field. He's not talking about one team there, one team down here. Everyone in the same level. That's what he's talking about. Am I right, Torch?
100%. And I want to see entertaining football. No more low block, but carry on, bro.
Thank you. So you got to look at it that way. Secondly, everybody's talking about fans this, fans that. Does football care about fans anymore? I don't think so. We're buying three shirts that cost £60, £70, and £100, right? And the one that comes close to the Premier League shirt is £100. How can people afford things like that? You got to look at it that way. Today's football ain't about the fans anymore, people.
No, it's
people
not, man.
Need to wake up.
It's not.
Football has lost.
That way for a minute as well.
Football has lost the identity of the fans when the fans didn't own the club anymore, and these billionaires and these money grabbers and all these people came into football. That's when we forgot about.
And that's
football.
what's so sad.
I mean, all people like Gary Neville is using at the moment is the fans here, the fans there. When did you ever speak about the fans?
He knows
another point as well. Another point. 1 minute, Liz. Just let me speak. Another point as well. Wasn't Gary Neville part of that 1998 team that won that walked out the FA Cup? Am I right or not, guys?
Yes, you're right, man.
You're preaching.
What did he say then?
The hypocrites, some of these guys, the pundits are hypocrites because not so long ago, Sky wanted to charge the viewers 15 quid to watch a game.
To watch Burnley, Southampton.
You know what I mean? And they say, why is he making a stand? Why is Gary Neville making a stand against his employers? I thought not. Do you know where?
For me, let me just quickly chime in. For me, what it is, I reckon they must have said to Sky that they haven't got their deal for the TV rights or something, and they're telling Gary Neville and their man, turn it right up to 10.
Can I ask you a question?
The way they're coming out with this energy right now, it's inconsistent with other stuff they've been doing before. Where's this energy for other wider issues that's going on?
Can I ask another question? Go on. I'll finish anyway. Do you guys know when the first division was around here, Man United only won 7 titles?
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. I was just about to say this.
The Premier League came in. Liverpool never won the Premier League until recently. You know that. And we still hate 18 and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm trying to say, the Premier League wasn't made for Liverpool. It was always made for a team like Man United. Sky basically pushed Man United forward to become the club they are. They were in charge of the FA, in charge of the FA, in charge of the Premier League. Everything, if you think about football, Sky was pushing Man United.
And this is what I was alluding to
Liverpool
earlier.
haven't won the league for over 30 years. They screwed us over loads of times. Don't get me wrong. You could see in the league titles we challenged for. There was always a screw along the way, Liverpool to not win the league. And I even watched a game, I think when Brendan Rodgers was in charge. I think it was Sunderland versus Chelsea. And Sunderland, I think, was winning the game. And listen, Chelsea was challenging, but I think Ivanovic or someone like that. I think that's his name.
I know.
Yeah. He said to Barini or them lot, don't forget Barini was at the club one time, but we loaned him out to Sunderland or something.
No, we did. I remember it so well.
Yeah. So he said to Barini, why you want to win this game? Do you want Liverpool to win the league? So basically, what I'm trying to say, this whole corruption is always around football. I mean, what has Chelsea at that time got to do with Liverpool winning the league? I'm talking about that season Brendan Rodgers was about to win the league and all that stuff.
No, I remember so well.
Yeah.
There was
you got to also remember as well what you stated earlier, Fuzzy. Man United, when the formation of the Premier League began in 92/3, Man United went 26 long years without a title, you know.
Thank you.
I like these new school fans don't know this.
No,
they only think it's about football began in 1992. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And exactly what you said. The Premier League was created for teams like Manchester United. They capitalized on it big time.
They couldn't catch us. Do
you know what I'm saying?
It was impossible.
So you're 100%. But I'm going to read out some chats and then we're going to move on to people. Big up to Moses, Johannes on the stream. And we've ranked Champions League without clubs being able to qualify ain't for the Champions League. Sorry, Theo. Chime in.
Yeah, quickly. Todd, you were saying earlier that you were for this Super League. I just want to ask you, it's come out recently that obviously they're going to start transferring these Champions League titles and these European titles into these Super League titles. But do you agree with the fact that like people, footballers who have grew up aiming to win that Champions League and have spent their whole career wanting to win that, and managers who have worked towards that their entire career got to that point, and now they've retired and some have even like sadly passed away. Now their honour, one of their honours that they've won is just getting converted into something that's been fueled by money.
Honest to God, I mean this in the most respectful way possible, but it's just a name, bro. The title's a title, it's just a name. Exactly. Changing it from European Super League to Champions League, for me personally, for the title, it's just a name. Like I don't mean that in a rude way, but that's just the way I see it. But I get where you're going in the sentimental point. Like I fully feel that. Like, but bro, we got our titles, man. No one can take them away, whether you call it Champions League or Super Leagues or the European Cup. We got them, bro. We know what they are. It's on your crest right now, bro. 6 cups, like you know what it is.
Yeah. So, guys, do you see like with this formation of the Super League, where does this leave the Champions League in its current state? Because it's been talked today about it's being out. So, what's gonna happen?
It's gone, bro.
CSK must go in the final on that. That's something. I want
to read that one more comment. Big up to Reflex One. Respect for tuning in. He's saying Henry Ford will be turning in his grave with electric cars, but time moves forward. I buy a car I want to drive in 20 years' time. My youths will buy a car and expect it to drive their self. Kind of get where you're coming from there. Big up yourself anyway. Big up to everybody locked into the stream. So, yeah, guys, man. So, as we were saying with this now, with the Super League, apparently there's talk about it commencing as soon as August. So that's around the corner. You know, there's been threats made from FIFA, UEFA, all those federations that if the teams are going to players, I should say, participate in this league, they're going to be expelled from the Euro competitions, World Cups, etc. Do you believe the elites of those federations are going to stick by their word, or is it just a bluff?
Imagine the Euros. Imagine the Euros with no Pogba, Mbappe, Griezmann.
But money.
Wouldn't be the same.
Yeah. So what do you think, guys? Chime in. Anybody chime in? Everybody look down now.
Bro, for me, go on, Theo. You go first, Carl. I feel like I've talked a lot.
I was literally just going to say they're not going to let Euros happen when Neil Maupay is starting up front for France instead of Kylian Mbappe and all that. Like, it's not happening. It's not allowed now to happen.
No, for me personally, the way I see the last 24 hours unfolding is the Premier League clubs have gone to the media and they've released a statement about the European League. The Premier League will come back on this. Bro, we are not having it. Who do you not think you are? And they've come out on this bullish approach and made loads of threats. Then, before everyone's gone to bed, the Premier League clubs have gone back to the media and said, listen, we're so on this. Here's how the competition is going to work. This is how much everyone's going to get. I feel like it's just a bit of back and forth trying to weigh each other out and see where it goes. But in terms of actually blocking the players from going to international tournaments, that's never happening, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, but it'd be crazy if they did go ahead with it. Do you know what I mean? If they did go ahead with it, I don't know where football will be. Because with this Super League, sorry, Stephen, go ahead. Sorry, bro.
I was going to say tomorrow morning that there's this meeting being planned about all the 14 teams remaining in the Premier League, apart from the 6, including this league, are all going to meet up to say, should we stay in this league? Liverpool could be under threat here by tomorrow. We might not be in this league anymore. So it's so scary right now. I'm just so sick of watching this. I need some sort of I don't feel like
Stephen, can I ask a question, Steve?
I was going to ask him one as well.
Go on.
Go. I talk a lot.
Can I ask a question, bro?
Go
on, mate.
Yeah, no, I've seen it, Theo.
Yeah, I just need to go and get my.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the time. Yeah, all right then. I'll try and join you after. We're going to be about another 5 or 10 minutes. So I'll see you in a bit. Thanks for joining me. All right.
I've got 3 left in me, guys.
All
right then.
What was it?
Yeah,
so I think somebody was asking Stephen a question. That was it.
Yeah, Stephen, can I ask you a question? Do you think these owners are here for the love of Liverpool or anything like that? That's what I want to ask these fans.
No,
everybody thinks they're here for love, something like that. What before this? What were you thinking about FSG before all this happened?
For me, that they've always been dodgy for me. Even if we've given them a free pass for the last few years, Liverpool, but they've always look at the transfer history. It hasn't been good enough. We're a Liverpool Football Club. We should be doing better in terms of buying these Kylian Mbappe or Haalands to progress. FSG have not done that. Like, look at the season when we won the Champions League. We ended up buying Harvey Elliott and Sepp Vandenberg as our only transfers.
It's not good enough.
Look at January just gone. We got flipping Kabak and Ben Davis like that.
Yeah.
That's just not good enough for me. FSG have given this free pass. They're like the Glazers in disguise, and they're like Stan Kroenke. They're just on their yachts, just for the money business.
Klopp saved them, innit? The only difference is we've had Klopp. Klopp's made them look better than they are. Like, that's the only thing that separates them.
And there's only so long Klopp can work miracles anyway. You know what I mean? There's only so long Klopp can work miracles. His hands are tied behind his back. I don't believe Klopp wanted Davies because there's nowhere to be seen this Ben Davies guy. We haven't seen him yet, so I'm not sure what that sign.
There's no chance on this earth that Klopp went to FSG and said, "Look, that Don from Preston, Ben Davis, sign him up. That's the guy I want."
He hasn't.
He wasn't even in the list. Come on, man. Come on. How many of us had even heard of him? How many of us had even heard of him before? I thought only Ben Davis was the Don at Tottenham.
That's what everybody said. Was like, we didn't know he was a centre back. Ben Davis for Tottenham, the Welsh guy.
No compilations of this guy on YouTube before he signed him. Nothing. I tried to look him up on YouTube the day of. Nothing at all.
So guys, before we wrap up on that, we're gonna wrap up soon. Where do you see this going? Because a lot of people, I've watched different various YouTubers on their take on it. The bigger heads and stuff. A lot of people are saying they believe this is a ruse. Basically, it's like a game of poker. Who's gonna blink first? Because there's been murmurings about this for time. This ain't a surprise. I think it was more the timing where it just came out of nowhere. Left field sort of thing. Do you believe this is going to happen 100%, or do you believe there's more to it? Because for me, something stinks. I tell you this.
I literally got 1 minute left, but I honest to God, I feel like it's going to happen. No, I feel like it's going to happen just because, just the way that they've gone about it. Yeah, for me, and money talks, bro. Money talks. You offer a man 3.5 billion, and then you offer it to his bedroom, and you offer it to his bedroom, you offer it to his bedroom. They're not saying no, bro. That's just the way I see it personally.
It's the truth, man. It's like working at a supermarket. And you want to go to the next place, you know what I mean? And the owner comes to you and says, "Look, I like the way how you stack the shelves, etc." And whatnot.
And he's offering your bedrooms as well, bro. He's offering your bedrooms as well. Like, you lot are sitting down looking at the money, like, yo, this is good.
It's the truth, whether we like it or not. I think what everyone's concerned about is the fans haven't been consulted. We're getting left behind, almost like we're just being treated like a little, a little dead.
It's been that way.
I know. But what I mean is, it's like, the fans are what makes football. Don't forget, these owners are going to remember fans are what make football. And part of me thinks, because of this COVID pandemic for the last year, Football's carried on. A lot of people say football ain't gonna work without the fans. It has, you know.
Carry on. Stick a crowd noise over it.
Yeah,
And then just pretend like we're there,
you know what?
Yeah, man.
You know, F the fans and that. We can do our thing. It ain't gonna matter anyway.
They even tried pay-per-view football, didn't they? They even tried to go that route.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why should they care about us? But they don't.
Yeah, big up yourself, Torch. Appreciate you for coming through.
No. Sorry for being late, man.
Yeah, no worries,
We'll link up again. Therefore, Maggie, we'll link up again.
Man. Everybody just comes in. We're gonna wrap up shortly. I appreciate that. Have a blessed night. And we'll see you soon.
You too. Cool.
All right then. Respect. All right, guys. So yeah, man. Anybody wants to chime in with anything before we go? We're gonna give it about another minute or two. I think everybody's mostly said their pieces here.
Yeah.
You know, big up to Irma B as well, locked in. Thank you for joining us, Irma B. Appreciate that.
Let me just quickly jump in and say last. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think the timing. These things don't happen for no reason. The timing is very deliberate. UEFA were just about to announce their new Champions League format about extending it to more teams. The big teams are thinking, no, we didn't sign up to this. Like the UEFA moving on some bully thing where they're just going to do what they want to do. Yeah. So they become all right, cool. We'll do our own next thing to the side. But the managers aren't with it. The players aren't with it. I can't really see this thing coming. I can't see it happening personally. But if it does,
what's strange, we haven't heard none of them talk about it today.
Yeah,
it hasn't really been. That's what's weird.
No.
Yeah.
Klopp and Milner come out about it, and they're totally against it. So they
post-match, so they're not with it.
Yes, I didn't get to see that, guys. My bad. Let's come straight onto here.
I won't spoil it, but fair play to them. You know what I mean? It's just. Yeah, for me, I'm going to go on the lines of Wonderball here. I don't see it happening. I don't want to see it happen. This is just PR bullshit.
Yeah,
PR bullshit right now.
Yeah. So are remaining guys here for it or against it? Am I taking it? We're against it, aren't we?
I'm against it. But I'm not like. I feel like a lot of people they're just kind of going for it and being outraged about
because
really
before things change in football. I think it is a lot of people are scared of change, whether we like it or not. Things evolve. Many years ago, you must remember this. I know Fuzzy would remember the back pass rule in football, 1992, and it was outraged. Then, how's it going to work? And this, that, and that. Do you know what I mean? The Champions League got reformatted in 1992, and then teams that didn't win their respective domestic leagues were allowed to enter. There was talk about the Super League in 1998. You know, this isn't new news. And then what happened? UEFA got themselves together. You know, pulled their finger at their asses and I thought, let's revamp the Champions League. The three teams came into it.
Can I ask
you, Stephen? Yeah, go on, chime in, man. Chime in.
Do you know how mad it is, Laser? You're saying that these talks were happening in the 1990s. These talks were going on before I was even born. That's what I mean. I'm showing my age, Do you know what I mean? But it's all been talks and speculation. As we know, Arsene Wenger spoke about it recently in 2009 and said, look, this Super League is going to happen if we don't sort things out. I think, it is people want change, but it's all about change in the right way. The Champions League does need revamping. Let's face it. Some of us are fed up of playing the Spartak Moscows, the Slavia Pragues, etc. No mark teams, and that's no disrespect to those teams. I don't want to offend no one. But let's be honest, everyone wants to see big matches. Do you know the Champions League?
What I want to know is how Arsenal and Spurs managed to weave their way.
I don't know. That we don't know.
There was a mid-table thing at the moment, like this. Like
Wonderball. Do you think this is a wake-up call for the whole league? You know what I mean? Because of like the dominance of City,
the league, I think it's a wake-up for everyone. And if it doesn't happen, then I think this would have been a good thing because the UEFA have been moving mad for ages. Long time, longer. Look what happened with Glenn Kamara. Man's getting racially abused and he's getting a free ban as well. They've been moving crazy and having no repercussions. So this is gonna awaken the beast a little bit and kind of call them into some proper action. Then who knows? But I can't see it going through, to be honest.
But do you guys think like the financial fair play should come in? Especially with City and Chelsea spending a lot all the time.
Well, we know it's came in before.
They're always going to outspend all of us. You know
and it's never worked. It's came in and it's been flouted. Whether we like it or not.
Look at City getting a 2-year ban, then getting 1 year ban, then no ban at all.
Exactly. Money talks at the end of the day. Money. Whether we like it or not, that's the truth. It is.
I'm lazy, but I'm only saying that because the Premier League is lost its competitiveness. It's not competitive anymore. You already know before the season started who's going to win the league. That's what I'm talking about. Can't they do something to reverse that? Like,
we need
you
a
know what I
level
mean?
playing
Yeah,
field. You
level
need.
playing
Just
field
get
in
it
the Premier
playing,
League.
yeah, level playing, yeah.
Enough of this, like
Yeah.
City and Chelsea spending all this money. Just make it
Yeah.
fair for everyone else.
Yeah,
That's all
because
I'm asking for.
they changed the landscape. If you go back to 2004, okay, it was Man United with the Dons at the time. Man United were dominating. You know, they had good things in place and stuff. They had the cherry pick of the players then, right? And Arsenal sort of broke their dominance of winning, was it 3 Premier League titles on a spin? Arsene Wenger came, he revolutionized the game with his fitness and diet, you know, the way how football was played, the possession game. And then Chelsea, out of nowhere, yes, they were in the background, probably won the odd FA.
They weren't really,
Yeah, the odd FA Cup. They were mid-table, let's say 6th, 7th place team. There wasn't like Man City. Man City were relegation. They were relegation. Chelsea was there, like mid-table. It came from above Abramovich. Was it 2003? And basically, it just blew football out of the water. It was like all these players, Duff, Drogba, Czech. You know, I can't be bothered to name all of them. Instantly won the league. You know, and it was like, oh my God, what's going to happen here? Who's going to compete with Chelsea? Man United bounced back 4 beats, you know, that the Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney, etc. And then if I'm right, Man City come with their owners in 2008 and it was completely changed. It was like winning the lottery, basically. And I remember watching, I think it was Match of the Day, and Lee Dixon, I remember it clear actually now, he goes, Man City will win the league in 4 years' time. And they did exactly that in 2012. So at the end of this, what we're saying, money talks. Players will go where the money is. That's so what people are scared of. The big players will go to these teams in the Super League. And what's 100%. Worrying are the Premier League, if it still stands, is going to be left behind with second-rate players. Because all the money that's going to be put in their faces, come play for me, the marketing, everything that goes with it, the commercial appeal, sponsorship deals, it's going to be too much. The lure of money is going to be too much to turn down. Let's just be honest, guys. And whether you like it or not, things change, football change. And I didn't think it would come so soon. And we're just going to see how this plays out. But you know what, guys? I really appreciate you for coming. Big up yourself, Fuzzy, as well. Guys, check him out, man. He does quality stuff, Fuzzy. I'll be making an appearance with him soon in Colombia. Yeah, Weird and Wonderball as well. Stephen Summerfield, big up. I seen you on the terrace last night, Stephen. Yeah, I seen you on the terrace last night. Football terrace, so big up yourself.
Really emotional from last.
Yeah, I seen you. Yeah, man, big up to Das TV, everyone that contributed today. Yours are truly Laser LFC. Until the next time, I'm out.
Quality, man. Quality.
Cheers.
Respect.